What if I told you that one of the most feared spirits in the Americas has been haunting people for over 500 years? A woman whose cries echo through the night. A ghost whose story refuses to die. But here's the mystery. Nobody truly knows who she really was. Welcome to the legend of La Llorona. Welcome to Sherlock Mode. Our journey begins in the Americas, centuries ago. Spanish conquistadors were arriving in Mexico, but long before they came, the indigenous Aztec people had already heard the sounds. In the year 1509, the people of Tenochtitlan heard something terrifying. A woman weeping through the streets at night. She cried out in the darkness, "My children, where shall I take you?" The Aztecs believed this was an omen, a warning of terrible things to come. But the most famous version of La Llorona's story is far more personal. It tells of a beautiful woman named Maria. She was born into poverty, desperate to escape her lowly station. She saw a wealthy man and decided he would be her way out. Maria married him. They had 2 sons. But her husband was cruel. He showered his children with affection, yet treated Maria with indifference and contempt. Or perhaps he left her for another woman. A woman wealthier, a woman lighter skinned. Each day Maria's rage grew. Each night her despair deepened. Then came the night that changed everything. The night Maria's heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. She led her 2 sons to the river. Some say she drowned them out of jealousy. Others claim they died by accident while she was with her gentleman callers. But one thing is certain. Her children did not return from those waters that night. Moments later, Maria realized what she had done. The horror, the finality. She could not bear it. She walked into that same river and never returned. But death was not an escape for Maria. It was a beginning. Now, centuries later, people claim to see her. People claim to hear her. A ghostly wail pierces the darkness. Mis hijos, mis hijos. My sons, my sons. Where are my sons? La Llorona searches. She searches every river, every lake, every waterway in the Americas. Those who have encountered La Llorona describe a terrifying experience. She appears near rivers late at night. Her wails sound distant at first, but here is the chilling part. The closer she gets to her victims, the more distant her screams sound. People feel drawn to the water, compelled by something they cannot explain. Some say she murders men as revenge for their betrayal. Others claim she kills indiscriminately. She mistakes living children for her own lost sons and steals them into the night. Mothers have reported the most spine-tingling encounters. She appears in their homes. She reaches for their babies. Now, let us analyze the clues like detectives searching for truth. We have multiple origin stories, each contradicting the others. Was she Maria, the abandoned wife? Was she actually the Aztec goddess Coatlicue, mourning her children? Or was she La Malinche, the indigenous translator whose children with Cortez became symbols of conquest and betrayal? The evidence points to something remarkable. Around 1529, Spanish traditions merged with indigenous mythology. Indigenous peoples already knew stories of supernatural weeping women. Spanish colonizers brought their own ghost stories from Europe. These 2 streams of folklore collided. They mixed. They became one. La Llorona was born from this collision of 2 worlds. The truth? We may never know. But for 500 years, La Llorona has haunted the rivers and waterways of the Americas. She appears in the darkest nights to those who wander too close to the water. And if you ever hear a woman's desperate cry echoing from a riverside, do not go toward that sound, because La Llorona is still searching. She is still weeping, and she will never stop looking for her lost sons. If you enjoyed unraveling this mystery, like and subscribe to Sherlock Mode.